Cool. So I don't want us to wait too long. So I think we will just get started, even though we don't have all of our stewards here yet. So, of course, the purpose of Scrum is to, to be quite transparent with each other and to spend some time introspecting on the things that worked well, that went well for us, and double down on those things, and then to surface the things that maybe didn't go so well so we can adapt. I'll set a timer for 5 minutes for the first part of what went well. It can be for you individually, for your working group, for another working group, for our community. And I'll set the timer for now, and I'll stop showing my screen. Is there anyone who isn't in the board or who needs access to the board? Because I'm not seeing anybody else in here right now. I see Gideon now, but
I'm coming in one.
Oh, okay. Well, you're outside. Is there anyone else who maybe Bear or Benz? Do you guys have access to the board?
I think I might have I think I have access. I don't know if I have the link, so if I could just find
Oh,
that.
no problem. I'll drop it in the stewards channel, but it's also in the agenda that I dropped in the stewards channel. I'll just do Miro board. I'll do specifically the Miro board so you know which one to hop into.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, maybe I'll wait for a few more people to hop on the board before we get started too. And if you request access, I'm looking at my emails to see if anyone's requesting access. And I don't see any requests yet, but they should come in through my email. Hey, Wonka and Zep, who's in the back? Hey, Sim, so good to see you. All right, we can't hear you, but we can see most of you.
I didn't want to interrupt, guys.
No,
Yes, go ahead.
Good to see you. Cool. All right. Maybe we will get started. Okay, I see somebody visiting innovator. Hi, visiting innovator. Okay, visiting visionary. Cool. Is everyone, the two visiting, are you able to edit? Can you just check if you can write on these Post-it notes?
I can.
Okay, awesome. And you're as a visitor? Okay, cool. Okay, excellent. Then I am going to start the timer. I am not playing music this time, but if anyone feels up for playing some jams on chip, that would be cool. Okay. I'm just getting lost in thought a little bit there. All right. So I wonder if, Edu, you wouldn't mind reading out what went well for all of us? And anyone who wants to keep adding, please feel free to add them to the bottom of the list. Oops.
I can try. My internet is not the best, but I can try. What went well? Good, honest conversation about spending, openness to rethinking stewards, cool tweets on TE superstars, early brainstorming on first income producing service for the TEC. Artists Guild just published first article this morning about transparency. Nearly done on sample working group setup. Omega Soft Gov collaboration about to happen, a research project. For TE Consultants Library, we are creating very creative UX. Very excited to showcase for our community. Sample, a lot of question marks. ABC Advanced Page Project Brief and wireframes are done. Excellent work, Seb. Sem, Seb, Juanca all together. Really great feedback about steward funding and ideas for evolving the role and working group. Token Economics DAO folks were excited to collaborate with us. Graviton training started. Linear funding proposal equals positive sign. There is a book club on thinking like a commoner. DAO Health / metrics projects will probably be part of the TE Guild. I'm glad it will move forward with more people with time to help. Mental health call led by Bianca. We published the rewards using handles and nobody freaked out. Definitely Graviton's new season, Graviton training. We are identifying scary challenges and no one seems to be afraid of them. The data analysis is getting better and better. Love the Simon de la Rouvière tweet. Link to the tweet. Stuart's role is in the midst of a big transition and it feels necessary and exciting. More gravity. 23% of tokens voting on our boring tributes proposal. Sample poll and engage. The reward analysis, it's really amazing to see. So much to learn. New distributions from the reward system. Aragon going deeper in gravity with the Umbrella Initiative. Third, Graviton training started. Very new people in this cohort. Reward is just working. Refi bootcamp by Longtail Financial. Invitation for introduction to TE in Spanish. I cannot read that one. Juan and Seb on one screen. Gravity video for the Commons Prize finalist. Commons Prize.
Infinite intelligence.
Visiting La Pobla de Masaluca with Sem and Septi. You haven't been on La Pobla? Oh my God, what have you been doing? Back to you, Jen.
Thanks. Hey, Tony Alpha, and thanks for joining the Sprint Retrospective. Thanks for muting yourself too. So we'll pass around now and maybe a minute and a half just to share your thoughts and feelings about, what went well. Let's celebrate a little bit. I'll pass to Chewy to kick us off.
Thank you, Tam. I think there's a lot of good energy around the Graviton training. Also, it's great to see Juanca in La Pobla. Like, seriously, everyone should consider visiting La Pobla. It's just beautiful. Like it brings me like really like good recent memories. What else? Also, I think that the TE Stars tweets have been working really good. Gideon has some amazing ideas around like an NFT project with that could bring a lot of attention to the TEC, but I feel that there are like challenges right now, but I'll talk about those later on. But yeah, definitely like a lot of good things happening and some challenges ahead, but some great vibes to face them. So really happy about that. I'll pass it to Griff.
I mean, the most obvious thing, Graviton training is going again. It's so good to have such a cool project in our Discord, bringing new people in, and it gets talked about in other in other DAOs all around, and it's amazing viral support for TC. Also, Sampo it's really good to see all the engagement in Sampo, and everyone's kind of focused and wearing the Sampo hat, even if you're not in the Sampo working group, which is just like it's rippling through the community. Amazing leadership, Gideon. Thank you so much for that. Also, I think it's worth mentioning 23% of tokens voting on our tribute proposal. Like, dude, this is the most boring proposal we have, like by far, and it got 23% of token holders voting on it. We have amazing engagement for a DAO. Also worth mentioning that just to put it on people's radar is there's kind of like it's almost like a new TE Academy that's going to happen over the summer, the Refi Bootcamp by LTF. And I just to put it on our radar, I think it's a really cool project. I'm sure hopefully we can support it in some way, somehow. I'm not sure how. And I'll pass it to Olivia.
Thank you. Yeah, I was excited to talk to Tokenomics DAO and see that they want to collaborate with us. I think there's great synergy there, and they will present in the spotlight today. And also the movement happening in Sampo, I think, has been spinning a lot of great conversations in the whole community, like talking about the stewards situation and spending and just what we can do about it, and identifying things that are like that might be the roots of this problems, causes that we're seeing. I think we've been having really difficult conversations this week, and it was great to see that people were like open for it and contributing in a very mindful way. And I think we're gonna have really great results if we like move forward steady like we're doing. And I'll pass to Juanca.
Yeah, I am very happy to be here with Sam and Septi. They are really good hosts. I also I'm really happy because the Graviton training started, and yeah, because we are also finalists in the Commons Prize. It's been a lot of work. I feel a little bit overwhelmed, and I have been feeling a little bit overwhelmed constantly for the past weeks. So I would really like things to slow down a little bit, at least for my side, because like um, being in this first service for Aragon, participating in the Commons Prize, taking cases, and also like launching the Graviton training. All that is like I did some stuff, but I also feel that I'm in a very beautiful position, and that if life wants me to go on, I will go on. And yeah, I am happy with that. And I'll pass to Gideon.
Thanks, Juan. So actually, the thing for me, I love the fact that we're starting to have these tough conversations, and that people are just doing it in a great way, open-hearted, very honest style. I love that. So we really need that. I think it's awesome. I'm looking at the data on new Discord signups, and there's a lot of people coming in from Twitter right now. So we're, Twitter's on fire. I think that the stuff that is happening right now with these featuring the like people like Simon, it's really cool. It seems like that's and all the other stuff. So there's definitely people coming in. You also can see stuff coming in from Gravity, people coming in from Gravity. So that's cool. I think it really is giving a vibe that is, just enhancing the community. So that's really cool. Yeah, those are my main things. I will pass it to Edu.
Thanks. I will pass it now because my internet is not ready. So back to you.
How about Mert?
Thank you, Tam. So, first of all, I'm also very excited about Graviton training. Like, it's getting lots of attention. People were asking me about Gravity. So, I can say I'm hearing the name more oftenly in the space. So, I'm very happy and proud of it. Secondly, I would like to say we've talked with Livy very briefly about a possible collaboration on a research project between Omega and SoftGo. Like, I have some ideas regarding like revenue model. How can we like fund this research, etc. I'd love to further improve that conversation more. I'm so excited about it. And last thing, like we've started UX of T Consilience library. We kind of diverged from the roadmap and we kind of expanded the project, but we are creating like very creative and interesting UX design. I'm very excited. Like I'm super curious about how it will turn out and looking forward to show you guys how it looked like. And that was my take. I would like to pass it on Griff. Oh, Griff has talked.
Bear hasn't yet. Should we pass it to Bear?
Sure, for sure.
Bear, if you are able to unmute yourself now, then do. Maybe we'll pass it back to Zep and then come back to you, Bear.
Yeah, thank you, Tam. Yeah, I'm so excited. Like the wireframes are done. Big praise to Tam, like for all the support. And yeah, I feel like I unlock a new skill. That's awesome. Also like the Graviton training kick off. Like I see get that done in the house is so cool. Juan looks very, very excited and a bit stressful sometimes too, but but it's cool. And there was another thing, but I don't want to take more time because I do not remember. I'll pass it to Bear.
Okay, just to keep it moving, Benz.
Hey, yeah, so I've been traveling a lot this week and I haven't been on a lot of calls and stuff, but what I have done is as I was driving yesterday, I watched the recording for the gravity training and even though I haven't been around a lot, it just felt like, I don't know, it's so exciting to hear you all, Wonka and Bianca and everyone who's involved with that. And it was just cool to see that getting kicked off, and I'm excited for that to continue. So that was awesome.
Cool. And Tony Alpha, not sure if you want to share, but you have a minute if you want to share anything that you think went particularly well this sprint.
This is my first time here. I joined TEC yesterday. I found out about token engineering and I was interested. I'm a Solidity dev and I've been kind of like, learning a lot about Solidity and building, I guess, Web3 protocols. And I've been doubting a lot, but yeah, this is my first time. I don't know what much to say, but I'm excited to hear.
Cool. Well, you're very welcome to hang out with us. This is where we're doing the retrospective and looking at just looking back at the last sprint. And you're very welcome just to hang out and share as well. And then Bear, is it possible for you to unmute now or maybe not? Okay, I'll check again in a little bit. And then maybe
wait, when Bear is with this TC recorder, he's like AFK, like he's not here. When he is available, he just also join with his normal account.
Oh, got it. Okay. He was talking a little earlier before everyone joins, but okay, I'll note that. Thank you. So, and then I guess for myself, I would say, I think Sampo and the direction that it's going is pulling us all in a really positive direction. So I think that there's always been a lot of sort of like, bubbling momentum, and the way Gideon is like coalescing all of it and focusing all of it, I think is going to be extremely positive for the TEC. So I feel like that's, it really feels like it made a leap start this particular sprint, or this sprint in particular. And also I love the new ideas about the role of stewards and how we can involve it into something different than it's been the last, year and a half, almost 2 years now. And the idea like functional or different kinds of stewards is really playful. And I think there's a lot of space to work in that. Okay, so we're going to move on to things that we could do better. So I'll set a timer for 5 minutes. And Yeah, what could we have done better? What could you personally have done better? Or a working group you're participating in, or another working group that you're not participating in, or a community. Now is the time to share all of those things. And the timer started. Cool. Livia, would you mind doing the "We could do better" out loud for everyone?
Yes. Be more realistic with time constraints. Error on side of over communication. My personal involvement with sample is not very good. I need to have more agency. Some teams are running out of funds and will need to adapt to current status of the common pool. There's low engagement in the forum in relevant matters. Focus more on short-term impact TE projects. We traded to last fund the projects that can improve TE ship. Stewards funding doesn't look like it will pass. We won't be able to pay stewards for May. Individual plus material wealth seems to be what is lacking the most in the TC as opposed to social and collective wealth. Different visions and expectations around in real life TE events. Not much praise. I'm joining the fewest calls, have cut many of the regular calls I used to attend, had advantages and disadvantages. Disadvantage is that many discussions happen in our weeklies that have significant meaning later on. Financial plan or plan B for when we won't be able to pass funding proposals. Once rewards are introduced, intrinsic motivation won't flourish again. Reward distributions looking not so good after so much energy. I agree, rewards is live, but maybe still not working as intended. Hopefully time will resolve. Did anyone ask our whale that sold why he sold? Writers Guild has been slow to get off the ground. Did people get tired to hear about praise and stop praising? Paco won't be leading the dev efforts on the ABC Advanced page, at least in the short term. Next few months, lots of vacations and conferences, disruption to the rhythm, more voices of concern of the sustainability of the TEC, +1. Doesn't seem like we are praising each other as much as we used to, +1. Only 3 retweets on the Simon post. We need to work on distribution. Why do we not retweet our favorite DAO's tweets? I need to talk to T stars for advice process so we can get them to retweet within 30 minutes of posting. Manu taking June off. Stewards have to roll up sleeves and update the sprint board. We don't yet have a good sense of how often newcomers are dropping off in engagement and leaving. Weak token holders relations. We discussed many treasury management options that can help financial health, such as Zapti and Griff's collective investment fund, but we did not elaborately discuss them. More advice for working groups on how do they keep track of so many things, good practices to manage participation in multiple DAOs. Would love to attend last calls. I would like to find a proper time to take some time for myself. I laughing out of nervousness.
All right, so let's share some reflections on these things we can do better. And I'll pass to Gideon to get us started.
Sorry, just getting stuck on the stickers. Yeah, I mean, it feels like praise is kind of a big theme to a lot of this. Observations about like we're not doing it as much, and the payouts, were the payouts really worth all of the work? Let's see. I think that there's another kind of theme here around engagement on Twitter, engagement in the forums, just overall like understanding whether newcomers are engaging and how often they're dropping off. So I think there's something about feedback on that, and also how do we just pump up the engagement? What are the ways we do that? I will pass to Zepti.
Thank you, Gideon. Yeah, for me, like the reward system is something like it's very hard. I don't even see it scaling like in a, like if you want a commons, like having, I don't know, 10K more people. Like I feel like it could easily be gamified and not scaling. And then also like yesterday in the rewards call, Christopher was saying like the intention of the reward is like just complementary salary. So I feel like we are not going to make it like in my head it was like a compensation, like at least it was how it was working at the beginning. And I feel like this is the reason like why people is not engaging so much with praise. I've no idea how to solve it, but I feel like we are putting so much energy, and I don't know, it feels it's hard to scale. I'll pass it to Juan.
Yeah, I think that we are facing like a collective affectation, as we had a collective affectation um, on COVID, where we all like locked down and started like spending many more hours in our house. But right now we are in a post-COVID phase, so people wants to like go out more often from their houses, and they are spending less time in front of the computer. So it's also like a collective thing that we are having, because this lack of engagement is not happening only in our community, but it's also happening in multiple communities. So it's like, okay, we had some affectations that brought us together. Now we are like starting to go out of this, but also that means changing some of the rituals that we started doing while lockdown. So I think um, we need to be comprehensive, and that things will sort out. And I'll pass to Edu.
Let's see if I can be heard. So I agree with Juanca, the sentiment of the context and the situation. And all this stuff sort of have a repercussion in engagement. And this is something that is not only here. I've seen the same one I've seen the CME, ENS. Like, this is not something about the TC lack of engagement. I see how the engagement on ENS forum dropped suddenly like a lot, and this is something across the space of people just sort of making sure that they invest in the time on the right space and so on. So I think it's not necessarily a sentiment of the TC only. So yeah, that's I think what I and regarding the praise system, I just want to say we like, it's too soon to say success. Like, we need time, we need more time and iterations and evolution to it in order to be able to assert that something didn't work well. And I will pass it on to Griff.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that we had so few retweets on the Simon de la Rouvier post. 3, like that's really low, and it was such a great post, and so I think the distribution of Twitter needs to be a priority along with the content. But then at the same time, like, team doesn't have much funding, and it's like, how can they do more when they're not getting more? So it's that's a challenge. And also, like, yeah, token relations. Did anyone ask if our whale sold, why he sold? And like, is there someone who wants to take on token relationships? I feel like that's like we do such a good job with Communitas on onboarding like randos in the Discord. If we spent half that time actually talking to the people who fund this thing, that might be more effective. And yeah, and then I agree with Edu on, bear markets are bear markets. No one, it's hard to put attention in here when your money everywhere is falling in value. So I'll throw it to Mert. Did you go?
My connection is kind of unstable. Like, can you guys go and I can request? Sorry.
Sure. I'll throw it over to Benz.
Hey, yeah, my contributions there were more personal, just like, knowing I was going to be running around all month and like just being realistic about like what I could actually do, and then communicating that to you all. I don't think I really did, kind of a little bit here and there, but I wasn't like, hey, I'm going to be out. And part of that was because I thought still kind of be engaged, but so back to that being realistic about time constraints. Yeah, and then I guess I'd second like it seems like the sentiment is kind of with the market praises down a little bit, but I think that'll maybe swing and we'll see. So yeah, that's it for me.
Maybe we'll pass it to Livia then.
Thanks, Sam. I think things are very interconnected, and I don't feel worried about the reward system. I think it's more a symptom of other things that are happening. What I'm most worried about is that we're not focusing so much on short-term impact token engineering proposals. I think what we're needing is like an upbring in the morale of the TC and the TC token. And I got some insight on why the whale sold the tokens. And I think there's something to do with like a panic mode we've been vibing. And I think communications on that front to like have an external communication on what we're doing, what is the time things might take, what is the processes we're approaching, how are we gonna like bring value, what is the value we're already bringing. Maybe there's like a more high level overview of initiatives we're having is something important for, yeah. I'm not sure who hasn't gone yet.
Chewy?
Thank you, Tam. Yeah, I resonate a lot with Levy's and Griff's concerns. I mean, at the same time, I feel that like what we just talked about in the steward's call, like about the bio, is something that we can actually do that cost us probably a couple of minutes, or if you want to spend more on it, you're welcome to. I'm really sorry because I got like delayed in posting that, but if you go to the steward channel, that like there are like some kinds of actions that we can do, but I do share that we need to look for more strategies because like it's the same question again, like how can we do so? I feel the T stars is like something good like within that because it's pretty much like doing stuff with what we have, which is our community. The next TE Stars is going to be Sherman Boschinger, so maybe we can do a better effort in just like retweeting and helping spread that. I don't know, like there's a bunch of stuff that we can do, but I feel that it's time to focus in work with what we have mode back again. And we did good back when before the comments upgrade because it was pretty much this. So yeah, let's revisit those times, and I'm pretty sure that we'll find solutions to many challenges. I'll pass it back to you, Tam. I'm not sure if
Wonka, did you go already? Did you go already, Wonka?
Yeah, I think so. I talked about COVID collective affectation.
That's right. Okay, Mitch, you wanna jump in and just say, hey, what could have been better this week on the fly?
Yeah, sure. In the proposal inverter, we were kind of like flip-flopping between things that we already kind of thought we decided between the MVP, and so it's like I got a little bit down because there's like that too many cooks moment of like too many ideas but not enough feasible solutions. And I kind of feel like that was the same energy in the reward system where it's like, okay, people are like ringing the bells that like something's not working or that it's not fair, but you know, it's just like, okay, well, what are the solutions? You know, it's like lot of complaining that things aren't working, but then not so much time spent to finding a solution. So I mean, that would be my things, and I can see kind of the things here around the reward distributions, and so maybe that's something that we can work on this sprint.
Cool. And then Tony Alpha, if you would like again to share anything that you want to share about what could have been done better. Maybe you joined yesterday, so don't have the full context, but you're welcome.
Yeah, I don't have the full context, but yeah, I'm just learning from what you are saying. So
cool. And welcome, Whitey01. You've joined the TEC's Sprint Retrospective. You are welcome to introduce yourself if you want to take 20 seconds to say hi, and you don't need to if you don't want to. Okay, I'll take that as a no then. But you're welcome to stay and hang out with us. Okay, so we're going to move right on to actions to improve. I see we have 13 minutes left, so we'll take 5 of those minutes to do actions to improve. There is a voting widget as part of Miro board that we're going to use instead of the stars today. So at the end, we'll launch that. So all of the things that we identify that we could done better, how do we fix those things? How could we do those things better? And at the end, we will vote on which one of these actions to improve we can take in to the next sprint. So the timer is starting, and I will. Oh, I wasn't sharing. Oh well. So here we go. Okay. So, gosh. Okay. So can somebody read this super quickly? Maybe, Mitch, you want to take it? Uh-oh.
You guys are muted.
Okay. Cross-period analysis call for praise. Communicate what we're doing to grow the TE community. I wonder whether we would have more aligned words if we had criteria to become a quantifier instead of anyone at all. That's not, anyway. Engage in the forum. Brainstorming ideas is free. Boost token holder and contributor confidence with outline a plan for what's next. More praise. Focus on TE short-term impact proposals. Blog piece about the future of the TEC plus call with token holders to present it. Remember intrinsic motivation and what other values received by being in the TEC. Find a way to involve trained gravitons in the Mint TEC campaign. Praise for everyone. Connect with Sherman before tweeting and make sure she can RT. Not only constructive criticism, but also bring actions and time to improve. Delegate more, trust more, trust more in the good work and support of others. Come up with practical solutions to help rewards team. Love what Livia said, easy to incite panic. We should be cognizant and also incite confidence where we can. Holy shit, what is this tiny one? No, I got it, guys, here. If stewards does not pass, signal that stewards working group needs to change. Making an emergency proposal just to pay for work in May and a new steward structure with some uncompensated WGCL role to be cut. Going super lean, budget for that to be posted later in May. Focus more on marketing and working with team and Twitter. Build a network of Twitter supporters. Patience with reward systems. It's a reflection of the community and just shows areas we need to focus on. Over communicate. Send cool tweets on the stewards. Telegram. There's no much. I'm reading it. Don't touch it. There's so much content on Twitter. Sometimes it gets lost, especially if we lack retweets. Let's get started on the plan for the matchmaking. Praise in relevant channels in the flow, just not in batches. Let praise happen naturally. Let's not force people to praise. No, I'm not reading that, Griff.
Come on.
Force people to praise what happened to us. TEC slashed if no praise. People will praise more if they don't feel pressured. Server boot if no praise. I can't read this, Griff.
Pressure makes it lame. Pressure makes diamonds.
That's a good thread. More praise. Praise quickly. Gene and NT covering Manu in marketing team. Push one TEC utility project. Try to think about treasury management strategies. Would like to see those in sample discussions. When do we start locking some TEC Discord channels to only TEC holders? Use TEC Medium to support TEC Twitter and vice versa. Promote self-review for stewards and the role they've been playing in the TEC. Take into account the collective affectations we are all living. Be comprehensive with yourself and others. Sample help, broad scope, who else can get involved? Our human resource is the most valuable. Finances will bloom even with financial constraints.
Cool, thank you. And we have 4 minutes left. So I'm going to try to group these into places where maybe this is all the treasury management. Okay. And I don't know if anyone feels like helping. There's a bunch of praise stuff, reward stuff, and maybe some financial stuff here. Forum stuff there. Twitter stuff here. All right. Steward stuff here. Sorry that this is a little messy. Treasury management and finance is sort of here. Okay. All right, so let's try this tool to, so don't take the stars. We're gonna do an experiment with just a few minutes. So we will have 1 minute, so everyone get ready to vote on the 2 sticky notes that you think are the most important. So you should see a voting session that says join voting. And now you should be able to click on 2 of the Post-it notes. And I'm crossing my fingers that this works.
The ones that are out the board can't be voted on.
Wonder if I can bring them on. No, I can't. Were you going to vote on those? Should we restart?
It's okay.
Oh, who's bringing it on? Hey, get in. You can do it. Oh, you might have voted. Okay, hold on. Maybe we can do it after we voted. Okay. So, no, I still can't. Get in. How did you get to do that?
I just dropped out of voting for a minute and then I popped back in.
Oh, cool. I don't know how you did that. Oh, okay. All right, well, let's see what the results are. Okay, the results are not great. Let's go to the stars. Okay, everyone choose 2 stars. And in this last minute, use those stars to vote on the 2 that you think are the most important. All right, so I picked mine too. Whoops. And we will, orientation should be starting now, I believe. Okay, cool. All right, Edu, you probably have to jump to orientation. He jumped already. Cool. Okay. Give everyone a few more minutes. All right. So we have some cool clusters: boost token holder and contributor confidence with outline of plans for what's next +2, and short-term impact proposals. Both have 4 stars. Will we have a tiebreaker in the last 10 seconds? All right. Okay, it looks like those are the 2 that we will discuss in our sprint planning tomorrow. So thanks everyone for being here. And if you can hop into orientation, it's always nice for new people in our community to be able to hang out with the stewards and have a better understanding about the TEC from us directly.
Thank you, Tim.
Fill out your
Thanks,
slides.
Dan.
Fill out your slides.
Yeah?
Thank you, Tim.
Can you please double check if the video I sent is open now? I think I sent it